How am I really? It's a question that we kind of all dread answering, honestly. It's scary. It's fucking scary to really think about. And to really give up who you are and what you're feeling is very vulnerable. It's very scary. I am growing. I am scared of all the unknowns in the world, and they eat at me daily. But I'm happy with how far I've come, and I'm happy with the fact that I'm not giving up. I think it's hard to put into words exactly how we feel all the time. We're given these blanket, categories of how you should feel, happy, sad, but there's so many in-betweens of what that could be, and it's really hard to express that most of the time. It's easier to express feeling, I think, with a picture or a sound or a moment. But putting it into words, wow, that's tough. I am getting there. That's how I am, really. I am trying to figure it out. And I'm alive. That's the best part. I'm alive.
Lost and ashamed. Not really quite sure what I should be doing, but also feel like I should have accomplished more by now.
2020 has been a crazy year, but it also feels almost non-existent. Everything has gone by in a blur. One moment it's February and you can go anywhere without a care. Next thing you know, you're deciding who should be president for the next 4 years. To be honest, it doesn't even feel like it's all really happening. It feels like I'm in a never-ending dream where I wake up, go to work, maybe work out, come home to make dinner and watch the TV, and then go to bed. Sometimes I get an episode of depersonalization where I feel disconnected from myself and I'm just observing myself from the outside. This whole year has been a shit show, and who knows when everything can return to normal. Hopefully we can leave everything at the door once it turns 2021, but I doubt it.
So 2020, man, it's been quite the year. It's felt like, for me, things start looking up, with my friends and family, and then big things will happen, and, it takes a lot to keep going and just keep trying my best. So I guess I've really focused in on being someone that lives in the moment and enjoying life for what it is in the present. So overall, I've had a lot of growth, which has meant that I'm doing a lot better than old me would have been doing. So how am I really? I'm good, but it's taking energy and effort to be good.
I'm doing great. The weather is beautiful, the sun is shining, and it's a beautiful Monday.
Honestly, I feel like a hot mess, I guess. Like I'm in some sort of a time warp, and that I'm in some bad movie. And it helps me to look outside and see nature and sunshine right now. But I'm dreading winter, and I'm hoping that the winter's kind to us, and both in the flu season but also snow. And I'm tired of telling myself to buck up and deal with it. And yet, what's our choice, really? I find that so many things I thought had significance don't. Although, as Thanksgiving and Christmas come by, I find that just the great urge to decorate beautifully and make things warm and welcoming, even though my family can't be here. And then I turn around and I say, well, that makes no sense. I mean, why do I even bother to decorate? But, I kind of decided I like things beautiful, and I've got to do what I can to make things beautiful around myself. So I find that even though I question God on this and I beg him a lot lately, I also realize that my hope is in God, and it's the only place my hope is. Political parties aren't going to save us, and I've always known that. So we have to just keep trying to do what we know to do that is right and have an impact on the world around us. That's all we really can do. As the season approaches for celebration, I miss my family more than I can say, and can only hope that they are well, and keep walking through, just keep walking through, take the next right step. I'm a therapist, and when I've worked with people in AA, they have that statement, do the next right thing, and then do the next right thing. And it helps them to just keep walking. And right now, that's probably one of the most important things that I've learned in life. Do the next right thing, do the next right thing. I'm dying to go shopping and spend money I don't have, but I want retail therapy like crazy. And yet with COVID numbers, we really shouldn't be out there. So I stopped myself, and I've never been an online shopper. And when I ordered, things came in the wrong size anyway. So that wasn't real great. I don't really have much else to say about how I am, except that this is one of the worst things I've ever gone through in my whole life. Even Vietnam somehow wasn't this bad for me, because for one thing, I was young, but I also knew it had an end. And I think that's what's hard about this is, when is this going to end? And also, are we going to face something else like this right on the tails of this? Excuse me. I guess that's probably about all I have to say. And I think that's one of the hard parts about this is I don't know that there are words. There just seem to be no words that can describe what we're all experiencing. And the fact that it's all of us. And I've always been the kind of person that wants to just wrap the world up and bring them in as a super mom or super grandma and just make everything okay for everybody. I just want harmony and peace within people's hearts. And I can't give that to so many. And I guess that's the hard part about this too, is how impotent all of this makes us feel. Just so impotent and struggling with that. So again, I turn to the Lord God Almighty, and he is not impotent, and his arms are not short, they are long to save, and his heart is toward us. So I just ask him to do the miraculous in our hearts and in our lives, and to bring an end to this. Love you so much, Emily, and I hope this project works well for you, sweetheart. Now I'm going to try to send this to you. And by the way, I'm excited that I think I've been able to do this. So let's see if I can get it to you. Bye-bye.
A little embarrassed, especially when I think about COVID and the fact that my friends are starting to go out more and get together, and I still feel nervous about getting together with them. I don't want to spread COVID, and I don't want to catch COVID.
I'm doing good overall. I'm happy and optimistic about the future. I'm happy with where I'm at now. I'd say all in all, I'm happy.
I'm struggling, but it's okay because I'm trying my best.
I'm fine, but also a mess. I'm struggling, but also managing. I'm well connected online while being completely alone. It's complicated.
I'm feeling happy because it's dance day.
I'm a little bit tired and sick of being in my house for such a long period of time and not being able to go and see friends and family.
I'm pretty sad today. I'm feeling, deep inside my heart, I'm feeling really alone and pretty darn useless since, I can't really see anyone or work, so it's just a time to be alive, isn't it?
I feel good, but also frustrated that I can't play sports.
I've been lying a lot and saying that I am fine. But in reality, I am not. I am losing my shit. I'm getting worn down so thin, I can't handle it anymore. And that's the honest truth.
I'm stressed. I'm overwhelmed. I'm exhausted. I'm feeling the weight of the world and the current state that it's in on my shoulders. But other than that, I'm fine. Thanks for asking.
Well, it seems like I'm feeling okay. Kind of developed a pace of getting up, going through the day, going to bed, getting up, going through the day. I think each day looking outside and seeing sunshine really helps, and having nice temperatures. But I know as the winter comes on and the skies get drab, it's going to be more difficult to face our isolation. I think we've hit kind of a pace, as I said before, of routine. But really, as I think about Thanksgiving, Christmas, and the uncertainty of whether we'll be able to travel to Wisconsin for to see family again, it's really unbelievably disappointing and uncertain. And I hate to see the increase in the virus right now. My hope is in Jesus Christ, and that this all will pass, and that we'll all be okay. And our nation, our world. So anyway, deep thoughts. And we try to keep busy with little projects around the house, thinking of things to do just to occupy our minds, and simple things like buying groceries. So anyway, wishing you well. I hope your semester goes well, and we rejoice in your upcoming program finishing, and congratulations on great work done. Love from Grandpa Russ.
Constantly flipping back and forth between spiraling out of control and having weird moments of like optimistic bliss, between the results of the most recent election. It's the 9th today, so what that election was called 2 days ago. It's Joe Biden, it's something, but you got to start somewhere, right? But then there's also just the mental health of, I sit alone in my apartment kind of a lot. I've been visiting my parents a lot because they're close by, doing what I can to see people, trying to keep myself from just thinking that this is it. This is life now for the rest of time. It's easy to start to spiral into something like that, right? You just kind of look at it and go, this is it. I'm going to migrate between bed and desk, and I'm going to work from home, and the walls will be the same, and I'll never see anybody again. And it's easy, to constantly let that just carry yourself through, and it all adds on and on and on, and on. It just gets worse and worse and worse, right? It makes you think about the things you miss from the trademark before times. I miss the 5-minute friend has been the thing I've been saying. I miss the 3 lines of exchange you'll have with just somebody in line at the store or somebody at the bar while you're waiting for a drink. There'll be the guy who just sits there and goes, good game going on, huh? And you're like, yep, that's crazy. Well, see you later. Just those basic human interactions you get. That's what I'm really missing. That's why I'm starting to spiral. And the friends I have that are close to me, they've been a phenomenal help keeping me together and all that, and going to see my parents every once in a while, that helps, but I want to meet new people. That's kind of a thing that I like, is I function better when I meet new people, and you kind of have this rotation of new folks I meet, and maybe they kind of go off in their separate ways, and that's fine. That's life. How am I doing, really? I'm not doing great.
Honestly, I don't really know how I am. I wouldn't really say I'm happy, but I also wouldn't really say that I'm extremely sad. I guess I'm kind of just in the middle right now. I just feel like I'm just going through the motions. Just, not really feeling anything, I guess. I feel a little bit numb, to be honest. I don't really feel anything right now. Personally, I don't think that's a bad thing, but I don't know. I just feel numb.
I am scared of my future due to all the opportunities I have missed or ignored.
I'm hanging in there. I'm just finding it hard to get that motivation that I used to have.
How am I really? And to be completely honest, I'm really fucking shitty. I'm just exhausted, and I just feel like things aren't going to be any better anytime soon, especially because this world is a legitimate rolling dumpster fire right now.
I'd really like to say that I'm doing okay. And relative to a year ago or 3 years ago, I am doing better. Things are on an upswing. I've been through months of therapy, and things are marginally less terrifying, politically speaking. I'm certainly more comfortable with who I am as a person than I was 2 years ago. But there's still so much that I worry about, and there's still so much overthinking and self-denial that I struggle with as somebody who is depressed and anxious. And it leads to such moments of extreme self-cruelty that it's hard to say it's hard to say how I am doing, really, because I don't really know where to draw the boundary line for where you need to step over to finally say yeah, I'm okay. Because I think right now I am okay, but I'm not okay yet.
I'm doing fantastic. I love to help anyone with any sort of college project, because I know what it's like to be a college student and not be able to get a project done because people don't like to help. So I'm glad you're doing this, and I'm glad I'm being helpful.
It's kind of been a bit of a season of existential dread lately. I think it's probably been a time of reckoning for everyone, in a sense, Even beyond the pandemic, though, for me. As you get older, some of the colors get washed. And it's strange to reach the age that your parents were when you began having memories of them, if that makes sense. My dad passed away when he was 41, and that's only 2 years older than I am right now. It's kind of a heavy weight I've been bearing on my shoulders. And things just kind of speed up exponentially at some point. I remember when I was 25 and thinking, well, I'll worry about that when I'm 30. And then 30 comes, and the worry isn't convenient then either. So you kind of keep pushing the goalposts. And so I suppose I'm just terrified of regrets at this point.
I am mostly good. I've been keeping a great routine of waking up and doing gratitude, a devotional. I usually get to exercise every day. And work has been really busy, which has kept my mind occupied. I have been thankful my kids get to do their sports like football and hockey and dance and piano, and that has kept them busy, and cross country as well for Andrew. But I'm really angry that they are not able to go to school in person, especially our younger kids. And I get a little down this time of year because it's darker out and colder. So I definitely feel my energy is running out. I usually get it back in March or April when the days are longer again and I see more sunshine and warm weather. It brings my energy back. So I am right now gonna try to stay as positive as possible. I usually like to be around some high energy people. That helps keep me encouraged and motivated. And I like to do stuff for other people because that usually helps me as well, not focus on my own problems and issues, but it helps me to remember that I don't have it so bad. But I'm learning to be compassionate with myself when I'm feeling down and not expect myself to have every day be happy and joyful. And also learning just to sit in the moment and to be at peace with stressful and situations that are out of my control.
I'm so tired.
I just feel kind of lost. I feel like my life's been kind of put on hold and I don't really know how to handle it. I don't really know how to pursue my career in this atmosphere. With all the events of this year, it's been tough to stay grounded, and I just don't know how to I just don't really know how to cope with all the stuff going on and how to prepare myself for what's going to be happening afterwards. I'm kind of depressed. I want to be able to do things I want to do for my career and for my life, and I can't really do that right now. And I have no idea when I'll be able to, and I feel like I'm just watching my life kind of go by me.
So I'm living in the dorms at my college by myself, and since living by myself, it's really lonely because we're not allowed to have roommates with COVID happening. But the upside is my creative energy is through the roof. I've written a book, I'm publishing it, and I've been painting all day, every day, and listening to music in my free time, which is amazing. But on the downside, my motivation to do schoolwork has gone way down, and I'm kind of doing the bare minimum to survive, and it's kind of an interesting balance. So thank you for doing this project. It's very interesting. Hope you have a good day.
I am currently 1 week post-breakup, a breakup of my choosing. I made the decision for my mental health and also for my financial and well-being health. I am also about 4 days away from giving away our dog, and I am really anxious about both of those things and the fact that I am now back to living on my own after a long-term relationship. However, I feel really good about the decision that I made, and I know that my dog is going to a really great place where he's actually going to be a lot happier and have a lot more space. I am currently in the process of making friends, which is so hard at 24. I am also dealing with living in Minnesota in the middle of November, where it is very icy and I very much do not have the money to take care of my car. However, all of these are culminating in me feeling very proud of myself for how secure I am and for how much I'm doing to get better. I am improving on my life relationships, and I am also improving on my own mental, how am I doing, I guess. I don't know. I'm just really happy to be getting to know myself again, and I am very excited for where I am going next. Thanks for listening.
Right now, I'm really, how I describe it is in the middle, because I'm really stressed about everything with college being online and not being able to see friends and family, and just the fear that is just the impending doom of COVID. But there's also, I'm okay. Life is good. My friends are being nice. I made cupcakes last night. So in the background, it's hard, but in the foreground, I'm really doing all right. And once I get through this semester, and once we collectively get through school in general and COVID, I think everything's gonna be okay.
I'm honestly very stressed for no reason, honestly, other than the fact that I feel like I'm not living up to other people's expectations of me, I guess. And I feel like I can't, or I don't have the motivation or means to do what people want me to, or what people need me to. And I feel like I can't fully immerse myself in what I want to be doing, because I honestly don't know what I want to be doing, but I can't fully immerse myself into any relationships I have, or any friendships, or any type of anything like that. And I feel like I just can't do anything right. I'm just disappointing everybody around me.
Thank you for asking. I'm actually not great right now. I might have coronavirus or pharyngitis, being treated for pharyngitis while I wait to get a test, and that's really scary because I have a pretty bad immune system, and I can't work right now, and my financial situation is really awful. And I have really terrible seasonal depression right now. So things are pretty rough, honestly, genuinely pretty rough. And typically I would just say, it's okay, it'll get better, but if we're being honest, I don't know that it'll get better. So that's how I am. I actually really appreciate this question. Thank you.
I am scared that my mental health is going to make it so that I am never able to live a normal, quote unquote, normal life. But I am happy that I have really good friends who live near me and are able to support me. Happy that I am able to finally be me and be accepted for who I am.
How am I really? Well, I'm ready to tap out. I'm done. I feel worthless. I am lost and trapped. I feel shame for some reason. Misunderstood. Unable to communicate. I keep trying. I'm pushing on for other people, but I've come to the point and accepted the fact that I don't need to live for myself, and I don't see a point in it anymore. I lost the value in myself, and the only reason why I'm still here is I push on for the people around me, for the hope that one day it'll get better for everyone else. I've accepted the fact that I'm probably not going to get better, and that's okay. As weird and crazy as that sounds, I'm okay with not being okay. I'm used to being in the pain, so I'll take it on for other people to be there as a support, so that hopefully they don't feel somewhat how much pain I felt, bearing the weight of trying to exist in a society where no one can come to true understanding and connection. Unconditional love is the dream, but it's something that probably won't be found on Earth. I'm scared. I don't know how to push on, but for some reason I'm doing it because I can't fathom having a family member or a close friend walking in on my body. Even though I know I'll be out of pain and I'll be moving on, they won't. And they choose to keep going. And I can't put that pain on someone else. So I put more pain on myself. I bear the weight and I take on more than I should. And I don't know how much longer I can do it for. I'm scared. But, hopefully one day it'll change and people can see what the world actually needs. We're on the verge of destruction, and it honestly feels like a countdown now, more than a choice. I feel alone, despite being surrounded by almost 8 billion people now. Still feel like inside I'm stranded on Mars, walking alone. For some reason, I have more comfort there than being around people who will never understand my identity, my history, my experiences, my opinions. It's like we came to an understanding on a language that we still can't even connect on. And it's frightening. It doesn't feel like anyone's genuine anymore. I mean, when were we really? It's a survival technique. And honestly, I'm ready. And I'm okay with not being okay. Hopefully one day, I just hope the pain ends for everyone else.
I am struggling more than I ever have in my life. And I don't know if it will get better or not. That's it.
I'm not great. It's been a rough time lately.
My cat, who I've had for 7 years, went missing. He's been gone for 4 weeks now. And each day it seems more and more unlikely that he'll come home. And it really sucks. I've gone through like the whole grieving process with him, and I really, really miss him. College sucks as usual. My professors are half insane, I swear. I'm in a constant battle between procrastination and feeling like I have to do everything perfect and feel like a failure every time I mess up or get something wrong or don't finish something. My anxiety and depression love to play tricks with me. Today I cried in my car on the way home. I don't even know about what. About everything, about nothing. I don't know. It feels like nothing ever goes right in my life. And it takes a toll. It takes a big, fat toll. So yeah, I'm here.
I am a mess. But not to the point where I can't get better. It's confusing and beautiful and destructive and a lot of things. And I think a mess definitely sums it all up.
I'm holding on to what little bit of happiness I still have that allows me to be kind and be warm to other people. And it's getting a little bit hard, but it's something I don't want to give up on.
Overall, a lot better than ever before in my life. Still pretty shitty. But this year has definitely not been the worst year. So I guess there's that. But yeah, a lot more positives than negatives right now, which is shocking considering how this crazy year has gone. But hopefully things will just get better. So hoping everything just starts getting better soon.
I'm doing okay, really. Thanks for asking, because it made me think how I really am doing. I am, I'll admit, however, challenged, considering the external bombardments that are affecting most people's lives across the world. For instance, the COVID-19 virus pandemic that is much more serious and fatal to hundreds and thousands of us, but it is a really big challenge for the whole country and for many countries. Yes, I do feel challenged too, personally, every day. But I'm staying the course for safety, whatever it takes, according to the science. I do admit I miss my family and hugging my grown children and grandchildren and loving them up every single day. But problems are opportunities, and I believe that. So most days I'm being proactive for the future and living too, one day at a time with these new external disruptions in our lives. I've lived through the polio era and many other very serious events in our nation. As I am a baby boomer, the first of the lot, but today seems as though everything normal has been turned upside down by the extremely poor leadership in our nation. That and an unbelievable amount of people who are actually believing lies and following an unprecedented abnormality that would surely destroy our Republic of America itself. I, along with more than half our nation, have been living with that enormous threat to our country for 5 years now. It does create tension, stress, and anxiety, and I surely feel that too. So, how am I doing, really? It fluctuates by the day, even now that a national election is slowly changing that. I feel so relieved about it. I can breathe. I am internally a strong person with baked-in faith filled with many reliable and stable truths embedded in my soul, heart, and mind. And I have a trust in the ultimate goodness of people, whatever ethnicity or color or culture from which we spring. For God created us all just the way we are. I trust God and my faith and have patience too. I think that comes from age. As I said, I am a baby boomer, the first of the lot. I have a secure belief in the fact that throughout all of my experiences in life thus far, that everything will be okay. Eventually, that this too shall pass. That for now, however, this is our challenge, and we shall stand up for what we all do know is normal and the new normal, and what is good, what's right, and caring for all. And last of all, that healing is on the way.
I am, above all else, grateful. I'm worried and I'm concerned and I'm anxious and I'm frustrated and I'm sad and I'm grateful. I'm joyful and hopeful and faithful, and I'm grateful.
Just really tired and worried about the world.